Okay, namaste to you all. So before we break for summer, we'll have class today. It's a satsang. We'll start with our prayer. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hare Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhireditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Gnanti Ye Bhurida Janaah. Your nectar-like words, warm and inspiring life stories, eulogized by learned sages, are indeed eradicator of shoots of ignorance. These are auspicious to hear and propitious to inculcate in one's own life. Those who take these words to the world are indeed great benefactor of the world. So, before we start, I would like to read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It is Satsang. Satsangate nisangatvam, nisangate nirmalatattvam, nirmalatatte nirmohatvam, nirmohatte nishchalatattvam, nishchalatatte jivan mukti. Satsang is great because then only we get detachment. Then we understand what is the goal of life. That is why Sri Ramakrishna told again and again that satsanga should be attended. And therefore, not only he said, but he has given satsang in the form of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. So I'll read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. This life, this world is temporary. When even we enjoy, but we are to keep this in mind that it is temporary. Only it is for a few days. Why should we bother ourselves? Whether we bother or not, but this is the fact. But if we keep this in mind, then our conduct will be moderated. Conducts will be proper. That is why we need to remind this again and again. And suffering is inevitable here. So, the way is shown by the divine. When they come incarnate, and then they show how to lead a life. And this is an opportunity. So whatever time that we have, we are to take this opportunity for our advantage. So let us have satsang from Sri Ramakrishna. He said, as long as you do not feel that God is the master, you must come back to the world. You must be born again and again. What is the harm to be born again and again? There is no, some people may enjoy. But the thing is, those who have not seen, say, suppose I'm giving an example, those who have not seen billions of dollars, they're happy with $100. So those who are happy with $100, they don't aspire. But within us, there is something which want to expand. We want more and more. That is why we need to open our vistas. Our limited world is only limited, but there is a greatness. We are to open to that. So, coming back to this world, if it is narrow-minded, if it is small, that is to be shunned. That is why one should think that you must come back to the world again and again. There will be no rebirth when you can truly say, feel, O God, thou art the master. As long as thou cannot say, O Lord, thou alone art real. So this, in this world we have existence. We feel that I am a person and this belongs to me. That is not real knowledge. Nothing belongs to me. Everything comes and goes away. So a realized soul will always feel this. Thus, I am witness, and things are coming, things are going. So there will be no rebirth when you can truly say, O God, thou art the master. As long as you cannot say, O Lord, thou alone art real, you will not be released from the life of the world. This going and coming, this rebirth is inevitable. There will be no liberation. Further, what can you achieve by saying, it is mine? Whatever is there. Say, if someone has got $1 billion, where it is? In bank. Only on a paper it's written, you have $1 billion dollars. So even when we feel that I possess this, that time also it does not belong to me. There will be no liberation. Further, what can you achieve by saying it is mine? The manager of an estate may say, this is our garden, there are our couches and furniture. But when he is dismissed or fired by the master, he has not the right to take away even a chest of worthless mango wood given to him for his use. So we have to leave this. You see why? We remind ourselves because so that we are not attached here. And when we are not attached, that living is much better than attached living. The feeling of I and mine has covered the reality. Because of this, we do not see truth. Attainment of Chaitanya, divine consciousness, is not possible without the knowledge of Advaita, non-duality. After realizing Chaitanya, one enjoys Nityananda, eternal bliss. One enjoys the bliss, this bliss, after attaining the state of Paramahamsa. Just living an animal life is not life. But there is higher living. When we have detached living, that gives real joy. So here, what is the reference here? Chaitanya. Chaitanya means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he had a brother like Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, and also there was a devotee, Advaita. So he has taken those words to convey some ideas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Nityananda Mahaprabhu, his close companion, and Advaitacharya. So here he takes that form. Because of this, we do not see truth attainment of Chaitanya, divine consciousness, is not Chaitanya, is not possible without knowledge of Advaita. The divine consciousness, let me read it again. Because of this means mine and I and mine, we do not see truth attainment of Chaitanya. The divine consciousness is not possible without the knowledge of Advaita. So as Sri Ramakrishna said, keeping this knowledge that everything is one, Advaita Gyan Achale Bedhe, that means tie this knowledge of non-duality on end of your cloth, and then do whatever you like. So this is divine consciousness is not possible without the knowledge of Advaita, non-duality. After realizing Chaitanya, consciousness, awareness, one enjoys Nityananda, eternal bliss. One enjoys the bliss after attaining the state of the Paramahamsa. Vedanta does not recognize the incarnation of God. According to it, Chaitanya Deva is only a bubble of the non-dual Brahman. Do you know what the vision of divine consciousness is like? It is like the sudden illumination of a dark room. This we have to understand. This is only an illustration. But all of a sudden, your whole being is lighted. So all of a sudden, a dark room is lighted when a matchstick is stricken. The incarnation of God is accepted by those who follow the path of bhakti, devotion. We are devotees. A woman belonging to the Kartabhaja sect observed my condition and remarked, "You have inner realization. Don't dance and sing too much. Ripe grapes must be preserved carefully in cotton." The mother-in-law lessens her daughter-in-law's activities when the daughter-in-law is with child. One characteristic of God realization is that the activities of a man with which realization gradually drop away. Inside this man, meaning Sri Ramakrishna, is the real jewel. So Sri Ramakrishna is indicating inside this is the real jewel. So when we meditate, we have to take the form in the beginning, but we have to try to understand, try to contemplate the reality that Sri Ramakrishna is. Once Swami Vivekananda, when he was in a retreat, he said, "Let us meditate on the courage of a lion." Not lion, that's out the ferocious form, but the courage the lion possesses. So Sri Ramakrishna, what is his real form? This external form helps, no doubt, but he is the representative of that Chaitanya, Advaita Chaitanya Nityananda. So within him, we find it is Nityananda, always blissful. So he says that within this, the jewel, And with each one of us is that jewel. Jewel is there. His is manifested. We are yet to manifest. But as we meditate, gradually we'll proceed on that path. And then he says, watching me eat, she remarked, Sir, are you yourself eating or are you feeding someone else? See how the lady also was very observant. So when Sri Ramakrishna would eat something, he would offer as if. So this is the way one should eat. The feeling of ego has covered the truth. So this ego, like this is me and mine, this covers, this does not allow us to see the truth. It only indicates the covering. So Narendra once said, as the eye of man recedes, the eye of God approaches. Kedar says, the more clay there is in the jar, the less water it holds. So this clay of ego to be gradually diminished or removed. How? By surrendering. By surrendering. Is it self-hypnotizing? No. We are already hypnotized. We see this world, temporary world, as permanent. We see this temporary body as permanent. This is our hypnotism. But when we try to see the truth, it is dehypnotizing ourselves. Krishna said to Arjuna, Brother, you will not realize me if you possess even one of the 8 siddhis. These give only a little power. With healing and the like, one may do only a little good to others. Is not that true? Therefore, I pray to the Mother, the Divine Mother, for pure love only. A love that does not seek any return. I never asked for occult powers. So that should be our attitude, that we should pray for pure love to God. And we need to seek the blessings of Mother. Oh Mother, I don't know what pure love is. Please bestow me pure love. That way we need to pray to Mother. Mother has keys. Then only we can have the pure love. Otherwise, we are stuck. Why I read this? Because in the life of Holy Mother, we see exactly like this. Without ego, just totally dependent on God. A life pure, without expectation, and full of love. She is aware of her own self, Chaitanya. And also, she is established in Advaita. And she is full of joy. Though apparently she has to weep also sometimes, but that is only apparent. So this great life we are studying. And when we read a life, it may not be indicated there. That's why we need to get the help. What is this life? Life of Holy Mother. Pure, purity personified, unthinkable. And not only that, love for all, without any distinction. And it is same kind of love for even Sharat Maharaj and Amjad, outcast and a robber. This is unusual. And through her letters also we find the expression of the same thing. Okay, now we'll read. David, unmute.
So which page again, Swami?
514.
And starting with facsimiles?
Yeah, come closer or make louder. Okay, maybe it's mine.
Facsimiles, I'm pretty close to the microphone, Swami.
Okay, so let me see if it is my problem. Yes, maybe. Yes, my problem. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay. Is start with facsimiles?
Okay, start from 30th September.
Okay. It was morning. The mother was cutting fruit for worship. The disciple was reading her a letter written by a devotee. He had written under such strain that it seemed as if he were piqued with God. The mother dictated the reply. The master used to say, sages like Shuka and Vyasa were at best big ants. God has this infinite creation. If you do not pray to God, what does it matter to him? There are many, many people who do not even think of God. If you do not call on him, it is your misfortune. Such is the divine Maya that he has thus made people forget him. He feels, they are quite all right, let them be.
Okay, just a minute, wait. Big ants. The master used to say, sages like Shuka and Vyasa were at best big ants. You know, that higher life may not be attractive to all. Those who are very rare, they want to live a higher life. So it is nothing to be blamed. This Maya, Mahamaya is such that it attracts, and so many traps are there. So one should pray for that also, for higher life, to understand what is the importance of our life. You know, as Sri Ramakrishna gave example, a kind of worm, they thrive in filth. And if you put in a better place, it will die. On the other hand, some are, that Homa Pakhi, he gave example, that bird was born and then it was falling and it saw that if I fall on earth, I'll be perished. So immediately it goes to its mother. So such pure life are not very attractive to many people. That doesn't matter. One should have that hankering, search for higher life. Then only there is joy in living, Jivan Mukti. So for that Jivan Mukti, we must pray. Yes, go ahead.
Later, the above devotee arrived, and the disciple said to the mother, Mother, it is this devotee who wrote you that letter. The mother said, Oh, is it so? I see he is a good boy. Then she said to the devotee, You see, it is the nature of water to flow downwards, but the sun's rays lift it up towards the sky. Likewise, it is the very nature of the mind to go to lower things, to objects of enjoyment. But the grace of God can make the mind go towards higher objects.
So, the grace of God, even learning. Some people somehow cross high school, maybe year 10 or standard or what we here called grade 10. But some are so devoted to learning. They keep on learning the whole life. Like Swami Vivekananda gave an example. An astronomer was looking at and gazing the star, and day and night he devoted himself. And a child, his daughter, came. So what are you doing, Papa? Does it buy candy for me? No. atone. So this is a different kind of joy. Many people don't even understand the joy that one attains in even literature, poetry, singing, painting. So these are to be cultivated. It is called Lalita Kala. Lalita Kala means it is fine arts. One has to have the taste of it. And it is not normal. It is very special. When one tries and cultivates, then only one can attain it. And the spiritual life is the highest, transcending all worldly things and attaining one's own self on which everything is established. So that is why it is rare, but it is most auspicious. So, yeah, this boy, the mother said that, mother said, you see, it is the nature of water to flow downwards, but the sun's rays lift it up towards the sky. Likewise, it is the very nature of the mind to go to lower things, to objects of enjoyment. But the grace of God can make the mind go towards higher objects. Now, what is the harm of enjoyment? If someone enjoys too much, then the disease follows. And enjoyment itself is a catch. It is like addiction. Once you are entrapped, then it's very difficult to come out. So one should be very careful about it and discriminative about it. Why it is discriminative? Why? Because there are two things. One is Shreyaha, one is Preyaha. Shreya means whatever is good, whatever is auspicious. Preya means whatever pleasing. If you eat too much of sugar or sweet meat, then diabetes will follow. This is only an example. One should understand all other examples. But one with discrimination knows that no, I should lead a good life. Then one discriminates. That is why Shreyaha. It is difficult to decide many times, but one must have that grit, that courage to decide whatever is good, whatever is better for us, for better life. Yeah. David, you wanted to ask something?
Swami, the Holy Mother, at first, when she heard the letter and the devotee was angry at God, she seemed very detached and said, well, do whatever you want. It's up to you, and God doesn't care so much. And then when she saw him, she goes, oh, he's a good boy. And she changed her tune and spoke to him much more compassionately. Why this difference?
You see, many times what you write, it does not convey properly. But when you speak or you present yourself, then you understand this is, this question was natural. So when it was dictated to, or it was read to her, then mother said, let me read that one. He had written under such strain that it seemed as if he were piqued with God. That's why writing, it's very difficult. That's why it is called Shatam Vadeta Ma Likhet. Don't write, but you can tell 100 times, 100 things. If something goes wrong, you can correct it. But whatever is written, that is a record. So that was the seemed. The mother's reply came as it was presented to her. And it seemed like that. So why one should be piqued with God? That's why mother said, sages like Shuka and Vyasa were at best big ants. Then what we are? Small fry. Fry means mini, minnows. God has this infinite creation. If you do not pray to God, what does it matter to Him? There are many, many people who do not even think of God. So we are in advantage. We saw both the reactions of mother. So we have to be careful about. Even we are be careful about writing. So if you do not call on Him, it is your misfortune. Such is the divine Maya, and He has thus made people forget Him. He feels they are quite all right, let them be. This child is playing, okay, let him play. Okay, so that's there. Okay, go ahead.
Udodan Shrine. The mother was seated on her bedstead. The disciple was reading to her letters from her devotees. Krishnalal Maharaj was also there. The letters contained such sentiments as, the mind cannot be concentrated, etc. The mother listened to these and said in a rather animated voice, the mind will be steadied if one repeats the name of God 15,000 or 20,000 times a day. It is truly so. O Krishnalal, I myself have experienced it. Let them practice it first. If they fail, let them complain. One should practice japa with some devotion, but this is not done. They will not do anything. They will only complain, saying, why do I not succeed?
So we don't want to do anything, but we want to have the whole thing. So that's not possible. And once I think Swami Brahmanansi said, repeat God's name 10,000 times. If nothing happens, come and slap me. But we hardly do 108 times. And we want, as soon as I sit, my mind should be absorbed in meditation. That won't happen. Okay, so mind is always like that, fickle. So first, that's why it's better to have some song to concentrate, even longer mantra, and then the mantra, and then it will concentrate. Yes, go ahead.
Facsimiles of Holy Mother's letters. In this section are reproduced two letters that we have reason to believe were written by Holy Mother herself. The following letter was written to Nishikanta Majumdar of Dhaka. He framed the letter and kept it on his altar. His daughter Binadas said that her parents were the mother's disciples, and they told her that the letter was written by Holy Mother herself. Sri Sri Hari, 6 Agrahayan, Monday. My dear son, I have received your letter. Please accept my blessings. Call on the Master. He will do everything for you. All are well here. Your mother.
So simple. Call on the Master, and he will do everything for you. No need of your, 108 times. If you do that much, that's enough. So Master will do everything, and also like he'll eat for you also. He'll cook for you and he'll eat for you. So in Bengali it is Sri Sri Hari, Param আশা করি বাবাজি পাইয়াছি আমার আশীর্বাদ জানিবে you know my blessings. ঠাকুরকে ডাকবে, you call on Sri Ramakrishna, তিনি সব করবেন, he'll do everything. Yeah. Mother's will itself is the blessings. Yes.
The following letter was written to Jatindranath Ghosh of Khulna on 11/3/1915. The style and language of the letter appeared to be Holy Mother's, but we cannot confirm that she wrote it. Refuge at the feet of the Guru. My dear, I learned everything from your letter. An English doctor is now treating Radu since last Thursday. He is the top doctor in the hospital. If you could find some shishu oil, please send it to me. One should perform good works whenever possible, without waiting for an auspicious or inauspicious time. The bad time destroys past samskaras, and the vision of God comes from virtuous deeds. If possible, please send some shishu oil, which I need for my leg pain. Please accept my blessings, your mother. It says shishu is a small dolphin, and its oil is used externally for rheumatism. The period of Ramakrishna's ministry was 6 to 7 years, and the number of his disciples, devotees, and admirers might be close to 100. On the other hand, Holy Mother's ministry took place over a period of 34 years, and her disciples and devotees numbered in the thousands. Brahmachari Akshay Chaitanya recorded in Sri Sri Mayur Padaprante, Part 2, the number of the Mother's initiated disciples as 1,176, but that does not seem to be a complete list. It is amazing how the Mother, a village woman without formal education, kept in touch with her many disciples and devotees through correspondence. Those who wrote down the Mother's dictation may not have known elegant language, correct spelling, or how to form nice sentences, but the recipients of those letters felt Holy Mother's heartfelt love, blessings, and divine presence through those words. Most of the letters were short and to the point, and they were written on postcards, not on stationery. Holy Mother acknowledged gifts from her devotees. She inquired about their welfare and answered their spiritual questions. She showered her infallible blessings upon them. Blessed are those devotees who receive letters from Holy Mother, the spiritual companion of an avatar.
Yeah, that Mother is even felt now. Holy Mother's love is felt even now. And, not only that postcard, sometimes previously they used to send money order. So little coupon was there. So there also they would write. So this is wonderful. Even Mother's thought, prayer, that is also wonderful. Okay, we'll go to the next chapter.
Chapter 28.
I'll read at the beginning.
Okay.
Untold stories of Jairam Bhati. Snehena badnasi manosmadiyam. Doshan asheshan saguni karoshi. Ahetuna no dayase sadoshan. Swanke grihitva yadidam vichitram. This was composed by Swami Abhedanandji. Mother, you have bound our hearts to you with affection. You have turned all of our vices into virtues. Despite our shortcomings, you have taken us on your lap out of mere compassion. How wonderful is your divine play. So in Jairam Bhati, some stories that was not told earlier. So we'll read this in this section. Yes, go ahead.
Holy Mother grew up in 19th century Bengal and followed the ancient Indian traditions that closely controlled women's lives. Before marriage, girls freely and fearlessly moved around their parents' homes and the villages of their birth. They talked loudly, wore casual clothing, mixed freely with neighbors, and did not follow formalities or suffer restrictions. But when they married, they moved to their husbands' homes where they were required to speak softly, wear more formal attire, and observe their husbands' family traditions and formalities. They could not travel alone or mix freely with others, and they were required to veil their faces. In Jairambati, Holy Mother
The
was
veiling of faces came later when the invasion happened, invasion of India. But in southern part of India, veiling is not necessary because that area was not invaded by the foreigners, especially Muslim. When Islam came to India, it was terrible time. Millions were killed and millions were, unnumbered ladies were raped. So this is the time, it is very, very trying time. And instead of fighting with arms, some social custom crept in. And one of this is the veiling of women. And also early marriage. That's also another reason why girls were married earlier. But in South India, on the contrary, we see a healthy society there because the invasion did not reach there. North India especially, Rajasthan, Punjab, and also Uttar Pradesh, the whole North India, what was under their sway. Okay.
Is that gone now, Swami, in North India now?
Now it's more or less gone, but still in some villages, still veiling, a little veiling is there. But now with education, girls are free, as almost like this, almost Western world. So some good effects, some bad effects, both are there. Yeah.
In Jairambati, Holy Mother was known as Saru, Sari, or Sarada, and she was simply a village girl, the daughter of Ramchandra and Shyama Sundari. In Karmarpukur, however, she was the wife of Ramakrishna, a shy daughter-in-law in the Chattopadhyaya family. In Karmarpukur, and later in Dakshineshwar and Calcutta, she wore a long veil and could not speak openly or travel freely. She silently served others and acted as a mother and a guru. In Jairambati, she was a daughter first and only secondly a mother and guru. Holy Mother made many trips to Jairambati from Calcutta to enjoy this freedom. It is said in the scriptures.
The mother would say, when I come to Kolkata, I'm like a bird in a cage. But in village, she was like free bird. Okay.
It is said in the scriptures, can you read that, Swami?
Nistraigunye pathi vicharantam ko vidhi ko nishedha. That means a person who is traveling in the path where there is no restrictions of three gunas, for him or her, there is no obligation of do this or don't do this. If that person is free from injunctions and prohibitions, who walks on the path of Nirguna Brahman. Nistraiguna. Traiguna means there is no three gunas. Pathi vicharanta. Okay.
It is difficult for a free soul to follow the minute details of social customs and rules. Holy Mother always felt a natural attraction towards her humble thatched hut in Jairambati with its mud walls and floor. There was no running water, modern toilets, or paved roads in her village, but its air was clean and it was surrounded by trees and meadows. it seems that the mother sometimes got bored and tired of living confined within the four walls of Udbodhan House in Calcutta. One of the main causes of her rheumatism was lack of physical movement, which started in Dakshineshwar, where she lived like a caged bird. Although Jairambati was infested with malaria and dysentery and lacked good food, medicine, and the amenities of city life, still she pined for her native village. Once the mother told Swami Arupananda, "You see, here in Calcutta, I always move carefully and speak cautiously because people get offended easily. I would rather live happily in Jairambati than in Calcutta. In Jairambati, I can say what is on my mind without reservation, and others reciprocate in the same way. Neither do they mind anything, nor do I. There is no misunderstanding, but the people of Calcutta get hurt if words are used a little improperly."
Yeah. Like people say that they are keeping a sword inside his knife. Anyway, go ahead.
Ashutosh Mitra recorded an interesting incident. During the worship in Udbodhan, we heard the mother speaking to the master. "I understand that you like the sandesh and rasagollas of Calcutta and don't care for plain food and the water from the big pond of Jairambati." We knew that the mother was preparing to visit Jairambati, and resolve would not be altered by anyone's request. It is said that the master once told her, "This Jairambati will ruin your life." And actually the master's words came true when towards the end she contracted Kala Azar there. Holy Mother loved to be independent and self-reliant. She could not bear to be a burden to others. So the master told her not to live in Jairambati?
That's not mentioned here.
Okay.
Whatever is mentioned is mentioned.
She could not bear to be a burden to others. Before 1915, when her new residence in Jairambati was built, she lived with her brother's families when in Jairambati. She helped them financially and served them with much physical labor. She was never a burden to them. Rather, they became a burden to her. In fact, without her help, their households would have been in a pitiable condition. She carried their burden till the end. Once she remarked, "I am paying their debt."
That means what? Like, when something is, say, forced to give. So people this is the expression that I took the debt from them in my previous life, so I'm paying now. So that is the thought. Okay.
But the master's disciples adored her and looked after her with great love and respect. They never took advantage of her. The master told her to look after the people of Calcutta, so she lived in Calcutta and helped them spiritually. The disciples tried their utmost to make her life comfortable wherever she was. Although Udbodhan House was Holy Mother's home in Calcutta, she considered it to be an ashrama for the monks. She made sure that her relatives and dependents did not inconvenience them. She may also have felt uncomfortable accepting service from the monks.
Yes, she was very considerate, It's not that always thought the convenience of others. It's not to force her right on others. Yeah.
She may also have felt uncomfortable accepting service from the monks for long periods and went to Jairambati with her family and companions from time to time to give them a break. Swami Parameshwarananda described Jairambati during Holy Mother's time.
So for monks also, because they would serve Mother, always be careful, always apprehensive, something should not go bad. So like that. So Mother is to give some break. Yeah.
Didn't they love to serve Holy Mother though?
Yeah, they loved. But, sometimes when you are serving, say you served your Guru. So always apprehensive when he'll be angry or he does not like that. You experienced, right?
Yes, Swami, but we loved it when he scolded us.
Yes, but you're apprehensive. So mother knew, oh, because of me, they are apprehensive and they are, in tension. So let me release them. See, thinking of her. Okay, go ahead.
At that time, Jairambati was also called Tentul Muri. There were
Muri with tamarind. So muri, muri, the puffed rice. Puffed rice with tamarind. Tetul muri, acha?
There were only a few literate persons in Jairambati, and even they lived mostly in Calcutta or somewhere else. The condition of the village was very bad, and the roads were horrible. The main road passed through
even last, say before 2010, it was horrible. When you are going there, you would feel that you are in moon. So, but now roads are better. Yes.
The main road passed through the middle of the village. There was a ditch in the road, and during the rainy season, the ditch flooded with water and flooded the houses on the southern side of the village. The water level of the Punya Pukur and the road was the same. The road was so muddy that sometimes cows got stuck in it, and people had to lift them up with bamboo poles.
Yeah. See, this is, like in rural Bengal, the mud is very, very sticky. It's very difficult to bring your foot out. So like that. Even in foxes, they get stuck there and trapped. Okay.
Only the Banerjee family of the village tried to maintain their prestige and culture to some extent. There was only a little scope to learn reading and writing in the kindergarten school. Only 3 or 4 people had some kind of job. The rest lived by farming. There were factions and enmity among the villagers. Under such village circumstances, the mother lived with such a low profile that no one knew who she was. The villagers called her sister, aunt, or mother, and she loved them equally. Still, they disturbed her by demanding money under various pretexts. Even the leaders of the village would ask her for money during the public worship of the village.
That in the beginning, say 1700 or 1800, that time rural Bengal had schools. Like Sri Ramakrishna in Kamarpukur, there was a school. And previously, they would be learning under a teacher. So it is called Gurukul. Their mathematics or whatever that time known, science, and also scriptures are taught. But later, when this English education came, that structure was broken. And most of the people came to the cities, and rural Bengal was unattended, as it were. So that was there. And various types of, festivities were there. That time they would go and ask money as contribution. Yes.
Nowadays, one could go from Vishnupur to Jairambati within an hour by car or bus. But it was not easy to travel to Jairambati during Holy Mother's time. When the train service connected to Vishnupur, Holy Mother would take an overnight train from Calcutta to Vishnupur and then travel the final 28 miles by bullock cart, which took 10 to 12 hours. So Swami, even with a train, what you can do in an hour?
Vishnupur is about 30 miles or 40 miles away. Now, recently, the train also has arrived in Jairambati. But mother is not there. But that time it arrived up to Vishnupur. And when Holy Mother first came to Dakshineshwar, it took 2 days of walking. It was about 60 miles. 2 days of walking. Sometimes it would take 3 days. And then there is another train station, that is Bardhaman. From there also, it took about 1 day. But now you can reach maybe in 2 hours. And train, it is very convenient, though the frequency may not be that rapid. So anyway, it has improved a lot. But with that comes the whole, like whole Calcutta is there. So every day about 300 people, 400 people you have to feed.
So how far is it from Calcutta to Jairambati? How many miles?
60 miles. 60 miles here takes about 1 hour, right? But there, it's lots of crowds are there. Here you won't find a person in the street. There you find lots of people. Yeah. And not only people, the cats and dogs and cows, whatnot, everything. So you have to be careful about it. Okay. But nowadays, freeways are also there. Yes.
When the train service connected to Vishnupur, Holy Mother would take an overnight train from Calcutta to Vishnupur and then travel the final 28 miles by bullock cart, which took 10 to 12 hours. In the early days, she had no devotees in Vishnupur, so she would halt near Lalband Lake, and her attendants would cook some food for her in a roadside inn. In 1909, Swami Sadananda, a disciple of Vivekananda, stayed for a couple of months in the house of Sureshwar Sen in Vishnupur. Sureshwar, his brother Boshishwar, and the entire family became ardent followers of Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. From 1911 onward, Holy Mother usually rested in the Sen family's home during her journey to Jairambati.
This Boshishwar Sen became scientist, and he established a say Vivekananda laboratory, that is biological, like all the seeds are mutated seeds are produced, and it is in Almora. So he became a scientist, and he was ardent devotee of Swamiji, Boshishwar Sen. And he married I think, girl from England. Her name was Gertrude Sen. So Boshishwar Sen gave some relics to Gertrude Sen. And Gertrude Sen gave to one gentleman called Birbal Sahani. He was also a scientist. And he made one Paleobotanic Institute in Lucknow. Paleobotanic Institute means old time, trees, what kind of trees were there, their pollen grains, their fossils are studied. So paleobotany. And Birbal Sahni passed away, so those relics are given to his wife. So when we were in Lucknow, ashram was constructing a temple, then Maharaj was thinking to put some relics. And luckily that time, that lady came with the proposal that Swamiji, please take this. So that was kept. This is one source we got. Another source we got, a family was there, 5 sisters, all are teachers. All are in 70s, 80s, 90s. Okay. So we say Panchaganya. So Panchaganya, say like it is 5 uh, ladies who are very, very auspicious. Even they are every morning you have to remember them. So anyway, they had some relics. Some are disciple of Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda. Some are Vijnanananda. So all great. And their mother seen Swamiji. Okay. So they also had some relics. They also gave. So interesting. So Gertrude Sen and that Boshishwar Sen, they became very close devotees. Yes.
Ramakrishna once told her, "Hello, Vishnupur is a hidden Vrindavan. You must see it." At that time, the mother did not realize that she would have to pass through Vishnupur many times. So she said, "I am a woman. How can I see that place?" The master replied, "No, my dear, you will see it." One day, the mother visited the Sarvamangala temple on the bank of the Lalband and then exclaimed, "Truly, the master's words have come true today."
Yeah. We'll stop here. Now, why Master said that it is hidden Vrindavan? Because lots of temples are there. But it's terracotta temple. Terracotta temple means that all the statues are made of terracotta. This is a Vishnupur style. And a time was there when that city was prosperous. About 200, 300 years ago, it was very prosperous place. So that's why hidden Vrindavan. Akshay, anything?
Swami, are we meeting? Are you going to have a class, a
No.
lecture?
Now
Monday?
we'll break. We'll break. Tomorrow we'll have, and then we'll break.
So
Tomorrow,
no lecture,
Panchadashi,
no lecture on Sunday.
no lecture on Sunday.
Okay.
And then we break. Okay. And we'll meet in September. Akshay, anything?
No.
Okay. So today is like story. That is good. Okay, so we'll say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. One thing to be noted, life of Holy Mother. Silent, but with love and accommodating in so many different situations. But always that pristine, pure love, that is there. That we have to remember. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jai Ma. David, Deva.
प्रणाम स्वामी जी।
Namaste, namaste, Vijay ji.
प्रणाम स्वामी जी।
Namaste, namaste. Ma, namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Hari Om.
जय माँ।